Jamaica I is the creation of a national closed-circuit television system that will assist in the fight against crime. But it's facing scrutiny as Jamaicans continue to debate whether or not they should trust the program. Arvel Grant of the Ministry of National Security is here, and he's going to give us a closer look.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Thank you.
What is Jamaica I?
Jamaica I is the national CCTV, closed-circuit TV monitoring program. So it is a program that was designed to allow the cameras that the government has been installing over the years to also be integrated into a single system with cameras contributed by the public as well. So what we, under the Jamaica I program, what we are doing is encouraging persons who have CCTV systems. We have seen them install in gas stations, business places. It's a commonly used security tool now. And we're encouraging persons to register on jamaicai.gov.jm and give us access, by doing so, give us access to the cameras they have that are facing the public space.
But they don't have to do it if they don't want to do it.
You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it.
We were talking before we came on. So I have one at home,
right.
And Delia comes to look for me. What is the concern there that everybody go and see Delia come there and we never want?
But I would have concern if I come there. But
I know, but what is the concern?
That is one of the concerns that people have. But number one, the program is not developed as a spying program. The objective of the program is to support the fight against crime and to ensure public
I accept
safety.
that. Who sees that that Delia comes to the house? Who sees that?
The system is being monitored by vetted security personnel at the Up Park camp. And everything that is done, every video feed that is accessed, every camera that they look at, it is all logged. Very detailed, and there is an auditing process in place to ensure that no one accesses anything and we don't know about it. But for the most part, the number of cameras that are being fed into the system, persons can't sit down and watch every single camera. Most of the monitoring that is being done will be done by a software. So there are triggers that are put in place in the software to look for specific things relating to public safety. So if, as an example, there's a camera facing intersection in Halfway Tree, the software will be designed to look out and see that, okay, there's traffic congestion here that can allow us to prompt a response via the police department. Or you may see that there's a number of persons came up on the screen and they're all running in a certain direction, indicates that there may have been something that happened. And at that point, that feed will come into focus. So it is not a case where persons would be sitting down individually monitoring the hundreds of cameras.
And if something happens at a particular time, so say I'm in an ATM and somebody comes, and God forbid, something happens at the ATM, I can say, look, I was at this spot at this time, and you can go back into the system and find it?
That is correct. So once you have registered for the Jamaica I program and the technical configurations have been done, everything that is happening on those cameras is being fed into the Jamaica I monitoring center and recorded there. In the case that there is an incident, you would not even have to download your video and send it to us. It will be available within the security architecture already and ready to be presented as evidence if needed.
Is there something that will indicate that Jamaica is present? Because I think as a proprietor, it's my responsibility to let my customers know that they are being monitored. So once I register, does Jamaica I give me a sign, a poster, a sticker, something that says, look, this property is monitored by Jamaica I?
Yes, there are signs that have been designed. So once you register and we're successfully connected, we'll confirm with you, and the technical persons from the security architecture will reach out and let you know that, all right, we have access to your cameras. And then there's also signs and artwork available to let people know that this is a part of Jamaica
I. Sorry, no, so if you don't have a camera, so for example, I'm in a community and I feel that the community could benefit from surveillance, but I don't have a camera. Is there a process where I can say, okay, we'll buy one, and you come in? How do we start from scratch? All
right, so that is what has been driving a lot of the interest. We have met with several community groups, and the sort of birthplace of Jamaica I is really on our consultations and how we can use technology to improve the security architecture. We realize that every parish you have these community watch groups. When you enter in, it says, you know, welcome to so-and-so community, we are being watched, and we wanted to figure out a way to integrate technology with that. So what we are encouraging is for business associations, community groups to pool together, buy a CCTV system, and once they register on the website, we will make contact with them and do the necessary configurations, and the community will be monitored.
No one.
Yeah, how does the registration process go, and what kind of configuration you would have to do?
All right, so what we ask for in the registration process is very simple, jamaicai.gov.gm. First is contact details. Second is the type of camera system that you have, and they would also probably ask for a serial number and like an IP address. But these are things that within the site itself, it tells you where to look on your system to find the information, and the technical staff will also reach out to you to guide you through the process and do site visit if necessary.
How easy it would be for me, say the person who helps me at my home take away something, and I want to find out if you could see that. Could I come and say, well, I have a camera there and it's hooked up to you and I want to see back something there before yesterday or something like that?
Most of the systems would have a video recorder in your house, which would allow you to replay that footage. You could replay and look at that footage first. Right.
But you would only see them go through the grill with it.
Because we only want the public-facing cameras. We don't want the cameras within your house.
And you wouldn't be able or no, I wouldn't be able to see anything else apart from what my camera is showing me?
No, you would only be able to see your cameras. But within the security system, that's where we'll be pooling all of the camera feeds together.
Yeah.
And
About how many people have signed on thus far?
We're in various stages of connection with about 35 community groups and business associations. The number of cameras would vary based on the size of those
so
groups.
far, because I'm still trying to figure out where the concern is, because from what you've said, I don't see where the concern would be. So far, how many people have raised an alarm to say no?
Persons raise questions to be, they want to be sure that we have put the necessary security controls in place. So coming from movies that have come out over time, Fast and Furious,
the term I is used in Fate of the Furious, and so I think that's probably it. This is cross information that's happening.
Right. But what we want to assure the public of is that the system is being monitored by a highly vetted security professionals at the upper camp.
But if I just walk outside of your house, which is a public space, you know, it shouldn't be a challenge. I think groups really need to come together, especially if you know your community has a security issue. I know insurance companies, Neville, if you live in Portmore, your premium goes up. So maybe insurance companies too could help communities to invest in Jamaica I and lower the rate of car theft, and it's great. I like it.
What does this mean? Everyone who signs on to the system is registered in a database, not that part, this part. You cannot log on to the system unless you swipe into the building.
Okay, so that is part of our internal security controls. So the persons who are able to access and monitor the system, they can't even sign into it unless they have signed into the physical building. So we use a combination of securities. If you haven't reported for work today and signed in, you can't log into the Jamaica I system and monitor and look at any camera feeds or monitor anything. So there is that helps to limit the possibility of
I don't know if you know this, but because of Jamaica I, have you been able to catch any untoward happenings?
CCTV program was in place before we expanded and started taking in public cameras, and there have been situations and incidents that have been caught on cameras and gone through the court system and resulted in successful convictions.
In March, in March, I'm reading this, there was a concern about the Data Protection Act and that the system, there should be a tabling of legislation in relation to it. Has anything progressed in that sense?
There are still discussions happening in relation to the Data Protection Act and the implications for Jamaica I, so that's still in progress. Right, that's still in progress. But what we assure people of is that, as I said, the system is designed for public safety.
To minimize data breach.
And minimizing data breaches. Everything is in place in terms of securing your information and securing those video feeds that you contribute to.
Final question, Arvel. What's the cost for me to sign up?
There's no cost. The only cost is to acquire the camera systems, and that is why.
No, I mean I have the camera system, and I want to link up with Jamaica I.
There's absolutely no cost.
Okay.
You go to jamaicai.gov.jm. You fill out the registration form, and then our technical team will reach out to you, and then the configuration will be done, and we'll send you some information, screenshots, etc., to show you exactly what it is that we are seeing, and for you to know that we are connected.
And if I want to pull it up,
right back to the website again, you'll deregister, and that's it. You'll be disconnected, and you'll get a confirmation that you're disconnected.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And if it may help, if it is going to help me, good with that.
More one in here.
Senior Director of Modernization and Strategic Projects at the Ministry of National Security, Mr. Arvel Grant.
Putting the fun in math. Yay! Let's see what that's all about after the break.
Nicole.